Today, Enugu, the coal city, marks 34 years since it was created out of old Anambra State on August 27th, 1991 by former military President General Ibrahim Babangida. Essentially, Enugu becomes its own entity 34 years ago today. Now, close to 3 decades since then, the state has been shaped by a series of administrations from early years of governance to now. But how far have we truly come in 34 years? What have Enugu's significant achievements been these past decades? This is Enugu Kwenu. I am Nathalie Uku. Good evening. Welcome to Enugu Kwenu on Afia TV, and joining me today is Chief Philip Maduekwe, a Public Affairs Analyst. He's also the CEO of the blog Chop 1, Chop 2. Chief Kobino, welcome to the show.
Good evening, Natalie. Glad to be here.
Glad to have you.
Yes.
Last time you said it would be your last, but here we are having another last dance, if we can say that.
Oh, things happen every day.
That's right.
Enugu, tomorrow is here. It's so much fun to know the year is 34 years, and with what is happening, the ball's around town. It's great, yeah.
All right. So I would like us to, recognize that Enugu is 34 today. It also shows how young the state is, alongside the 2 other states in the southeast region marking this milestone today, Afia and Anambra as well. Compared to other states in Nigeria, Enugu is quite young relatively.
But we've come also 34.
Exactly. So we're focusing on the southeast region because that's why Afia is here, right? I would like you to, in one word, tell us how you feel about the trajectory of Enugu State 3 decades on, close to 3 decades on.
A 34-year-old man is no longer young.
Why not a woman?
Well, a 34-year-old woman. It's rather... Anyway, let me not get into trouble.
Exactly. Go ahead. Exactly.
So, Enugu started 34 years ago with His Excellency Modo, the military handing over. Then had quite some plans, and before you knew it, the military came back. There was an aberration of 6 years. So after that, 99 came with Chimaroke Namani. So it was done quite well. There were times things didn't go on as it's supposed to be. You wished, there was a law, there were periods of law, like the military time, like even during the civilian, there were times that things didn't go quite well. But that brought us to now.
That's right.
Yeah. And I can say, like I always keep on saying, tomorrow is here, and we're happy.
All right. So
I was born in this town a couple years back, so I've seen a lot of things happen, transit, and I can say that in Igbo language they say "Osita dema tabubo," and it started well now.
Right.
And what we have seen in a year and a half is like hot shot Hamish blazing. And I hope in the next 2 years, then the next 8 years.
In terms of the journey, 34 years, in one word, Chief Kobino, how would you describe it? I mean, people travel and they get asked, how was your journey multiple times? And they say it was good, it was fine. What would be the word for you speaking about the journey of the 34-year-old man or woman?
Well, I can say, for Enugu State, interesting, exciting, and nice. Yeah.
What would you consider Enugu State's most significant achievement in the past close to 3 decades of its existence as a state?
Yeah. getting to now,
Right.
Enugu has established to be the cultural, tourism, and conference destination in Nigeria, if not Africa.
There's a lot of focus of your analysis on now. What about the years leading up to now? We've had successive administrations, even starting from when we started to practice civilian rule in Nigeria. We had Dr. Chimaroke Namani, we had Right Honorable Ifeanyi Ugwuanyi, we had Solomon Chime, and now we have Dr. Peter Mba. Before Dr. Peter Mba, how would you describe Enugu? Let's begin from the most recent times, 1999 till date.
Okay. So 99, we had Chimaroke. Brilliant guy, eccentric, but totally brilliant, very intelligent. Doctor from America, came in with a lot of ideas. Very young, quite exuberant. He made a comment sometime that there was so much exuberance in him, so he tried, he did establish the Ebano dynasty. Lifted people from nothing to something, produced the likes of my friend late Ayogoeze, that served in Okwesles and one of those regimes too. Deputy Senate President Ike Kweremadu, a whole lot of people. So these are also Dr. Peter Mba. Yes,
right.
He was part of it. That's where he got his tutelage. Then he went off to go to the cave like a hermit. And that's why we see what's going on today. So Chimaroke produced men, So for human capital development, he really tried,
When it comes to education, how would you rate his attention to education? What he did to boost the state's education sector?
He did more of... what can I say? It's a bit confusing now because it didn't quite, it wasn't so, like then, that was when Anambra, P2B was there, So for like the likes of Anambra, they got the boost education-wise, So Chimaroke concentrated in some other places, but he tried.
What about the ESUT permanent campus?
Thank you very much. That was what I was going to mention, The ESUT University and the teaching hospital, the Park-Lane.
How possible is it to define a state besides the leaders of the state? Because one would say the history of Enugu is richer than the people who have led it, who lead it. Is it possible to differentiate the state from the people who govern it, the people who live in it?
Yes, I think so. Enugu is one of the states or places mentioned to be, there's a saying in the world, the resilient cities of the world. So Enugu joined the resilient cities when they got to the centenary, 100 years of Enugu. Enugu is over 100 years old. The history of Enugu with the coal miners and expatriates that came and down the line. So that alone came with some, all these things that come with such awards. Sullivan was the one that encountered it and appointed people to run it. So you can differentiate the town from the people. Because Enugu also was the capital of Eastern Nigeria, capital of Anambra State, when it was Enugu, Ebonyi, and Anambra, still capital, and now that it's Enugu, still capital. So it's a city that, like a city of dreams. I heard there's a movie coming up, City of Dreams, talking about Enugu and how people grew up there,
Right.
There's so many stories that have been done about Enugu. So you can put Enugu by the side and put the people by the side. But it's a place of culture. It's a place of... Enugu resonates a lot, my dear. A lot of people say when they are flying into Enugu, there are butterflies in their stomach.
And that is as of now, isn't it? Or as of before?
Honestly, from the beginning.
From the beginning. Okay, great. So let's take it back to another version of the beginning. And that is, let's talk about Sullivan Chime, Barrister Sullivan Chime's administration. I know he gave a lot of attention to the road infrastructure, widening the roads, trying to beautify the state. Enugu State was cleaner. Those are just a few of the things that he did. Lots of people continue to compare this current dispensation with that of Sullivan Chime. How would you rate Sullivan Chime's contribution to the development of Enugu State during this time?
Eager to talk on that.
I'm sure you are. Go ahead.
Sullivan endorsed Dr. Peter Amba.
That's right.
So he christened him. He anointed him from what was inside him. You cannot give what you don't have. So Sullivan came in, and before Sullivan came in, nightlife, entertainment went a bit comatose because of what happened towards the end of the previous regime,
Remind us, refresh our memories.
Issues of security and all that.
What are all those rumors that were making the round that really made Enugu people rather fearful towards the end?
Well, basically, it was something like happens. I continue telling people there's no place that is clean of crime. In New York City, in Johannesburg, the crime they commit is more than the ones that happen in Nigeria. The only thing is that there's a capacity to curtail it or take care or quell it. But here we don't. So for Sullivan, he came back. He came to Enugu. Having been born here, grew up here.
So what exactly happened before Sullivan? What was that period you skirted around?
No, I skirted around it because normal things happen, just like the period of much later, after Sullivan, unknown gunmen and all that,
So what happened before Sullivan?
You're trying to put me on the spot, Natalie, but there were security issues, in Enugu. And then when you came into town, your parents would be like, where are you staying? So people will come in, go to their hotel. And even for this MBA.
Was it far-fetched from the governor at the time, the things you mentioned, the things you continue to skirt around?
It was just everybody was involved in it, but the governor is the leader.
Of what?
The leader is the governor of the state. So if security is bad, like what we see that obtains in Anambra now with the Udogachi and the Akodo people, it's really not nice to see or hear about the things that are happening, So basically, Enugu, Sullivan came to Enugu with a mindset to fix the place because it's a town that he grew up in and he didn't like what was going on. So he went about the infrastructure, the roads, and he would give out jobs, not minding whether you were from Enugu State or you were from the moon. He just, once you were competent to do the job, he would do it. He brought back the nightlife in Enugu, and you can remember the famous roadblock concerts that happened for 6 years.
That's right.
Lovely. So people look forward to every December. People came in, attracted tourism. People came in, the hotels were agog, the stars, there's no big star that has not performed in Enugu. And places like this House on the Rock Church, they used to attract international musicians like Don Moen and quite a whole lot. I can't even start mentioning them. Sullivan made it possible. The Good Morning Enugu thing that was introduced by House on the Rock, we had the greatest, Don Moen was always coming to Enugu. So a whole lot of people and things were happening in Enugu. Things were fixed, but the Hotel Presidential was not touched.
All right. We'll go on a quick break now. When Enugu Kwenu returns, we're going to delve deeper into other administrations and really interesting questions coming up. Some controversial, some progressive. Yeah. Stay tuned. Welcome back. You're still watching Enugu Kwenu live from Enugu, Nigeria, here from Afia TV. I am Nathalie Ukwa, and Chief Philip Maduekwe is still here with us, looking at Enugu 34 years on. Chief Philip, it's always great to have you, I'll remind you. So you were speaking about Sullivan's administration, but I would like us to also add another facet to that, and that is the administration of Right Honorable Ifeanyi Ugwuanyi, his tenure in Enugu State. Could you draw some kind of comparison between the Sullivan administration and that of
I think I would like to finish what I was saying.
Exactly. So you say that, and then you also add the fresh perspective on Ugwuanyi.
So basically, Sullivan brought everything up again. The city started bubbling. Business started, resonating. And Enugu was quite social. Enugu wasn't a place you come and you... But one thing I want to know, because they should have preserved the secretariat. Here you can build a new one somewhere else. You didn't need to knock down the other one, because those are things of things that you preserve abroad. You go to take pictures and so. I mean, you can imagine the type of bricks that were used. That's one sad thing I have going for him. Besides that, Sullivan was just the guy. He was the sheriff and he was in control.
The man for the job. Let's move a step ahead now to Ifeanyi Ugwuanyi, 2015 to 2023. How did he develop Enugu State in its quest towards becoming some kind of industrial capital?
Well, that period I wasn't very particular. I wasn't around here, but I've read things. I know him, and there was a lot of what I could say go slow.
How do you know him? What's the working relationship?
I knew him from when he was going to be a local government chairman, then became a House of Reps member. He did very well in the House. In fact, I think he was chairman the committee on marine or whatever. Yeah. So when he came into governance, it was a far cry from Sullivan. Yeah, we expected spontaneity.
Did you find it to be an anticlimax as opposed to a climax for Ugwuanyi and Enugu State?
Something like that, yeah. Because compared to the person on the seat now, it's like the last government didn't quite do anything. A lot of people have some funny things to say, but maybe he had his own challenges. I mean, I couldn't imagine that in 8 years, we couldn't see much. It was a bit of where he comes from, and they have their way of doing their things, and honestly, it wasn't really a good period for Enugu. Then later, some things, he had some challenges with the unknown government thing, the NIMBO stuff, and the fact that it seemed nothing was being done. I know they established the forest guards and all that, but this terrorist attack was still going on. So it needed some kind of attitude to check this thing.
What would you consider was the landmark achievement of Ifeanyi Ugwuanyi during his tenure? Lots of people say the landmark was the Ababanike flyover, that was one thing that he did that resonated with a lot of people in Enugu. Would you consider that his key accomplishment, or is there something else?
That flyover is a no-no for me. If you've experienced traffic, I had visitors to check in at Nike Hotel. A late flight came in. We got there and were there for almost 3 hours. I had to start calling the people in the Ministry of Transport and the Enugu, not local government area, and the Enugu East. I tried to call the chairman of Enugu East for them to come and see what they can do. Because, in fact, we had to we drove against traffic to start going back through Ababa, you know. So I don't know why they decided to put it at just that. And look at the hotel just there. So you can just from there, just run into the hotel. It's a no-no for me. That shouldn't be there. It's not a landmark.
So how would you describe how Ifeanyi Ugwuanyi contributed to Enugu's story during his tenure? Okay, how did he contribute? Because if he wasn't so great, then why did he win a second tenure?
Well, Chimaroke handed over the Ebano family to him, and their philosophy of Afia's mama, you know. So first tenure, people thought, let's give him another try, you know. And he came on the second time. Honestly, he tried his best, but maybe his best wasn't good enough.
So which tenure was better, the first or the second?
I think the first. Because towards the second, that was when all these insecurity issues really heightened.
How did you feel about the fact that as Enugu was crying out over insecurity, the sit-at-home directives came, we saw the governor set up some kind of barricade in front of the State House, protecting himself essentially. How did that make you feel?
Made me feel mad because that was selfish. So we, your citizens, should perish, and you're protecting yourself. That was really absurd.
Do you think that was the reason he did it, or was there some other reason? Maybe to make the area more exclusive?
Exclusive as per how?
For an executive.
I don't understand. Exclusive. You are the governor. It's a government house. Okay, let me even tell you something. Though it's not his fault, but do you know that people that live behind the government house, in fact, I'm directing this to His Excellency, the Marvel man, Dr. Peter Mba. People that live behind Dr. Peter Mba don't have water running in their houses. Orazulike, Azobunike, Nza Street, towards Obara Square, we buy water 27,000 naira every week. And we're living behind the government house.
It's great that you talked about that, because there was a recent cabinet reshuffle. We saw the cabinet being shaken up. The former commissioner for water resources was moved to another ministry, labor and employment, and someone new took the charge at the helm of affairs, a younger person. Do you think that the cabinet shake-up was in any way linked to the continuous reticulation problems since the 24/7 9th Mile Water Scheme was inaugurated?
Somehow, but you know, Peter Mba promised that water will be here in 180 days.
That's true.
In all fairness, he achieved it. I'm proud to say that. A lot of people go on, your governor, he couldn't do that. No, he did it. But what happened was that when the water, the water came, the force of it broke a lot of pipes. There was still a lot of pipes with asbestos and all that. So he thought it wise to put a stop to everything and start from the beginning so that it can now last. What they will do there will now last. So to say Peter Mba didn't achieve that 180 days, no, that's wrong. He did it. I've not seen anything he said he would do. In fact, some of the things he didn't say. Okay, look at Hotel Presidential now. After 18 years, he's got it working. So the water thing, he did. He needed to go back, brought in some people. You don't even realize expatriates are working in the Enugu State government, putting things right.
Andreas Gibawa at the time for the water,
for the
corporation.
Water corporation.
That's
and
right.
The waste stuff, you know. And education, has some essays on education and what. I mean, he's doing a whole lot, but without making a whole lot of noise. So I think that necessitated that he should rejig the government. In fact, he should rejig it more.
Great. So now you don't have a lot to say about Ifeanyi Ugwuanyi's administration. So let's leave that aside and move on to...
No, what I have to say about
Great,
Ifeanyi
go ahead.
Ugwuanyi, he faced quite some tough challenges.
What were the challenges that he faced that none other governor encountered?
Security.
Is there an administration that didn't encounter insecurity?
Yeah, but what did you do about it? this present administration is facing security challenges.
Exactly. So this administration did something about it. What did Ugwuanyi do about insecurity during his tenure? Because you say that insecurity was a challenge, challenge.
Not much, because maybe he didn't quite know.
But then sit at home was at its peak.
Yeah. So the sit at home was something that a lot of people now took to different heights, you know. So, the barricade you mentioned that he used to block his place, the gates, immediately Peter Mbak came, he dismantled it, life became freer, and he went into security.
To be fair, what would you say Ifeanyi Ugwuanyi did? Because he did not tackle that challenge. What did he do that resonated with you and contributed to the Enugu story?
Honestly, I'm trying to lay my hands on it, you know. Government was running one way or the other, you know. And they got into a lot of politics, the PDP thing and all that. Honestly, he tried. Yeah, so...
He tried to do what?
The rural areas and what have you, you know. And he built a hospital.
So communal development.
Yeah, communal development. He built a hospital, was the one at Oba there, you know. So the challenges kind of overwhelmed him.
Right. We have modern bus terminals in Enugu now, and we understand that before this administration, we saw Ugwuanyi attempted to set up some bus stands. They were called bus stands because we had stand 1A, stand 2, right? So that was the transport infrastructure attempt. Because I recognize that you continue to say he tried. So was that one of the trials, and how well did he fare?
Yeah, he set those things up, and we expected more.
So what happened?
We ran out of gas, and we see what is happening now, you know, with the new bus terminals.
I mean, if there was some kind of transport infrastructure, then we'll say the buses ran out of gas, but there was none, apart from Entraco. So when you say run out of gas, I mean, did the stands run out of gas? Who ran out of gas?
The governor then, you know. So maybe he had quite some very big plans, but didn't quite carry it out, you know. And when you look at places like the International Conference Center, Hotel Presidential, and at a stage, Enugu, the metropolitan Enugu, was littered with abandoned projects.
How did you feel when the bus stands were demolished by this government? They were treated like rubbish, broken down to rubbles, and replaced with bus shelters. How did you feel when you saw those stones back
Initially,
in the ground?
when I saw the things knocked down, I felt bad because this was somebody's dream.
Whose dream?
The previous governor to establish.
Poorly executed.
Quite poorly executed. And they had a lot of vagrants, mad people now making it their home and all that. You have to make something that is workable. So my first thought is that this money that they used to establish this, it's wasting. But when you now saw what was coming, you now say, oh, that's it. And look at what is going on now. This present governor is moving the revenue into a single source, plugging holes of where there were leakages. That's why Enugu is riding from a GDP of
sorry about that.
4.4.
I mean, we have to put that back. You have to just do that. I mean,
so basically,
yeah. Go ahead.
I have to put it back.
Please do that.
Yeah. This is Ojinaka.
No, too much. That was just too much disrespect. So you have to pause so you can argue. Great. Thank you.
So basically, the GDP grew.
That's
right. It's
right.
growing it to about $50 billion. Yeah, economy. So holes are plugged. Things are happening. Tomorrow is here. Look at whatever he has. Okay, look at the hospital. Part of the former ICC that was abandoned. Presidential was abandoned for 18 years through Sullivan, through Ugwuanyi. Yeah, Sullivan faced some things. And right now, presidential is alive. The hospital is coming alive. International Conference Center is coming alive. There's a 360 5-star hotel by the International Conference Center. I mean, this present MBA, what do you call the conference?
Right,
The bar
conference.
Yeah,
yes.
conference. People are amazed.
All right. So before
And you know what they say about security?
Tell
a
us
lot
what
of
they
them
say.
said they were coming with like trepidation and all that. We're going to the east. This is the center of rascality, center of insecurity. And they have come here. Some say they are going on Monday next week. Some say they are going by next upper week.
No, the bar is definitely, bless you, Chief Covino, the bar is definitely enjoying Enugu. So I have a very important question for you, and that question resonates today because the state governor did make a post on social media celebrating Enugu at 34. And the post read in part. He said, "Today we celebrate 34 years of resilience, progress and unity for Enugu. From our heritage as a coal city to our presence as a rising hub of innovation and hospitality, we have shown the world who we are, a people of courage and vision." So the question I have is, do you think that Enugu has outlived the slogan of being the coal city? Is Enugu evolving to a new identity? Judging by this statement, from our heritage as the coal city to our presence as a rising hub of innovation and hospitality, is there something that we can take from there?
In the first place, what you are insinuating is not what he meant. Enugu can never go away from the identity of being coal city, the 042, right? But it's a new Enugu that is evolving, you know. I told you that this is the center of culture, tourism, conferencing in Enugu. The beautification of Enugu, as you can notice, from the airport into town, it's now extending to other areas. Very soon, the horticultural and beautification will start evolving too. You can notice along the streets of Bisala Road, Chima Avenue, and the rest, there are some old trees that need to be taken care of and all that. But the governor has taken the state to heights. Tech is now something that resonates in Enugu. And hosted the national tech thing?
Right.
It was massive.
The Enugu Tech Fest.
The Enugu Tech Fest. It was massive. The minister, Tijani, he was so overwhelmed that he said he wants to get a plot of land to come and, like a Camp David, you know. Then Enugu will still maintain that coal city thing. And you know there's a young man that is the DG of National Arts and Culture for Obiasika, Ojinaka. Obiasika is also Ojinaka. So he's an Enugu boy. So he wants to resonate Enugu. I hear they are bringing the National Festival of Arts and Culture to Enugu, 36 states and beyond. The Afro Nation. The National Sports Festival is going to be hosted for the first time in the Southeast after 50-something years. So Peter Mba has made it a level playing ground and has provided the opportunity and the attitude for these businesses to come. Go around town. People are overwhelmed. I was in my friend's place yesterday at the Bush House. When we see new people come, they say, oh my goodness, these people stop coming now. I said, see money, make money. He said, this is too much. They've never seen it. Anyone has never had it so good. Everybody around town has put in money in their pockets.
Right. Okay, we have to go on a quick break now. When Enugu Kwenu returns, you continue your line of thought.
Okay.
And I'll ask you another quick question to add to that. Enugu Kwenu returns in just moments. Stay tuned. Welcome back to Enugu Kwenu on Afia TV. Of course, we're still looking at the developmental strides of Enugu. 34 years on, Chief Maduekwe. Philip is still here. Thank you once again, Chief, for joining me today. So I think it's clear that, the governor has made a statement saying, basically trying to imply that Enugu has moved away from just being known as the coal city to a center of industry and hospitality.
Was known as the civil service city.
Right, that's true. Go ahead. Yeah.
It was coal city. And it was just civil service.
That was the coal city was the tag, but the identity was civil service city, where we have civil servants living.
No business,
right.
No whatever. There was an argument the other day that is there money in Enugu.
So let me ask you this question, Chief. Do you think that Enugu has moved away from its identity or from its tag as the coal city to something else? If you were to hear, for instance, that Enugu would no longer be the coal city based on all we're seeing in recent times, how would you react? As someone that was bred and brought up in Enugu, how would you react if the identity were to change to something more progressive? What would you respond with?
So what would be more progressive than retaining your original identity, but introducing innovative things, like he calls it disruptive economy. That's what Peter Mbak calls
disruptive innovation.
Innovations, So Enugu will always be the 042, the code, the 042. So whatever you bring to Enugu, it will still maintain, like when you say New York, So that's Enugu's identity. But new things are coming into
So when you say new things can be added, Enugu is the coal city.
Yeah.
If you're saying new things can be added, are you saying it should remain the coal city, but something else be added? Or coal city forevermore?
Okay, it's now coal city.
That's right.
These things are happening.
So it's coal city right now.
Yeah.
If you go online, you check with Wikipedia, you see the coal city.
Coal city, yeah.
So if that were to change, if that were to have an addition, how would you respond? Figuratively speaking, because I understand you're being figurative.
Yeah.
Yes, officially, how would you respond?
The question I want to ask, why would you want to change the identity?
What if it happened?
What if it happens?
Yeah.
When we get there, we'll cross the bridge. Yeah.
No, I want to know how you would respond. Because the body language I'm getting is one that is like impossible. It can't happen. Enugu is a coal city. It cannot change, because I'm looking at the way you're moving. You keep adjusting on your seat. So typically, I can tell.
Because
and at the same time,
basically, you're getting me ached.
You're getting ached. I can tell. So if I could take your non-verbal cues, I would understand that you told the line of no, you cannot. This cannot happen. Enugu is a coal city forevermore. Even if Enugu hosts 10,000 tech fests, Enugu will always be the coal city. Yeah, I mean, you're speaking the mind of the miners.
These things are coming in to complement the fact that this has always been the capital. This has always been the place to be. If you ask the lawyers around Nigeria today, they want to bring an MBA conference next year to Enugu. All the conferences are routed here. Dino Melaya spoke. Malema from South Africa spoke. So many people spoke. I thank God for Afamo Sigwe, that this is happening in his time. He was, when McHugh, the former president of NBA, came to Enugu to canvass, he was with McHugh. So you can see a lineage of people that are progressive.
Exactly. So a lot of things have been progressive. And I'll still take you back to my question.
Okay.
The question is, with everything that's happened, that we've witnessed, still happening now as we speak, the conference is booked. They say the hotels are fully booked. Fully booked is now the new...
Till Sunday, Monday.
So yes, fully booked. That is what we're hearing now in Enugu, fully booked. Yeah. Right? A lot of things are changing. Enugu is becoming smart, green.
Green and smart.
Green and smart, yes. And becoming a smart city.
Yeah.
So...
There's a new smart city coming up.
Enugu,
the smart schools.
Yes.
The smart city coming up.
Right. Well, yes, we couldn't be more emphatic, right? So is Enugu still the coal city right now for you? Or has it changed? Or is it changing in your mind, but you are still attached to the coal city?
No, I am attached to coal city.
Forever and ever, it's coal city.
Where we were resonated from. But I appreciate the fact that this is a time that how would I put it? A man that got a glimpse or a whiff of this place, then went out to go and rebuild, has come back to make this place something else.
So you're saying that you would rather Enugu maintains its root meaning, its heritage, no matter where it climbs, no matter where it progresses, even if Enugu is now the new smart city, the Japan of Africa, maybe it has stolen it from someone's mouth, that it should continue to remain the coast city. So let's talk about branding, right? We're seeing a lot of green in Enugu. Enugu green. A lot of things we see, just somehow you think of green.
You even forgot to mention Enugu air. At least this Christmas,
yes,
people coming back from the diaspora and all over. Last year, you remember, I was supposed to be here on the 20th. I sent ₦500,000 naira for a ticket. And they told me it was gone.
Right. So
then I now had to come by road, and I paid 60,000 naira.
So Enugu Air is obviously a great investment. It's fantastic. Yeah. But we're also seeing a lot of green. Some people question, why green of all the colors? Enugu to some people appears to be more orange. And while you're watching this, I'd like to throw this question to our viewers. I mean, what color do you think resonates with Enugu? Is it orange? Is it green? Is it white? Is it blue like the Enugu behind me? So do you think Enugu is evolving based on the kind of infrastructure we're seeing, the green in the smart schools? Is Enugu now branding toward the green color scheme? Yes, like green and white.
Like Akwa Ibom.
Akwa Ibom appears orange, right?
Yeah, orange.
So is the airline branding the state? Or is the state branding the airline?
No, it was green before the state is branding the airline.
The state is branding the airline. Yes. So what made you
branding a lot of other
So
things.
what made you believe that the state color was actually green?
No, I noticed that the colors are from Anambra. It was orange and black. Yeah.
Well, how did you discover that? Is it based on the infrastructure around town?
No. Like for the sports, you know. The tracksuits, you know, when it was old Anambra, it was black and yellow, you know. So I think the black represented the coal. So you can never take away the coal. It's right under here, you know. So
is Enugu yellow? Is it green? Is it white? I mean, why would you say that Enugu was those colors before Enugu
is more of black and green, you know. Coming from where I'm thinking, the colors, some people have already taken orange because it would have just stayed. I think Anambra is still using orange and black in some things they do, you know. So, but it's good to have your own distinct branding. So now everybody knows that the land is green. Everywhere is green. Look at the farm estates. The land is green. Look at the airline. Look at trailer parks that are here that are coming up.
Right.
Look at
Okay, but you said something striking, Chief. You said that Enugu was green before the airline, that the state color preceded the airline. So what was there before that made you establish that Enugu had the green, was branded green before all of this?
When this administration came in.
Okay, when this administration came in,
the plan,
the Greens plan.
The green thing came with what they were resonating.
Now, despite this green branding that has come with this administration, are you saying that before this administration, Enugu had no color whatsoever? Or was it just yellow?
It was just
cream,
kind of
the color of the community schools.
Yellow and black.
Right. Yeah. So now taking it back to this administration, we're seeing a lot of green initiatives, the green schools, the Enugu air that's green. But lots of Enugu residents are still clamoring. They're clamoring to see more horticulture. They want to see more greeneries. They want to see more trees planted. Enugu is a green city, but we're not seeing enough of these trees. Yeah. They see a lot of infrastructure, but infrastructure appears yet brick and mortar. Now, I understand that trees can take years to grow. I mean, I've tried to plant one before. I know how long it takes to grow. Yeah. Do you think that this is a part of the big picture? Are you also concerned that you're not seeing a lot of this greenery yet?
Okay, if I will come in here, there used to be a man called VP Damija. The famous Damija Street in Transit. Damija built those new cities, provided they had this. I've been calling for the governor to establish an open spaces commission. You see, during the rainy season, they plant the little pine trees and the palms and all. But when the dry season comes, most of these big grants running along the road, they lie on them, they uproot them, and it goes bare. So I'm calling to have like an open spaces commission where they will be detailed with the duty of making sure that the land is really good. There's a plan by a Vesio group. I will share it someday with you guys, that has checked out the metropolitan state of Enugu, how to maintain the trees, there are trees that are 50 years old, some have hollows in them that could be fertile someday, and how to make the place really green. The same people are trying to do stuff for the landmark group to really maintain it, so that when people come in, they have a feeling of freshness. And I mean, when I drive around streets in Dubai, I see exotic flowers. And what you mentioned about brick and mortar, yeah, it's getting a bit too much, you know. So we need to, and the parks, I'm sorry to say, the tourism sector, Commissioner of Tourism, Chairman Tourism Board, you know, we don't know the who is in charge of who. But the parks are not supposed to be places where you build beer parlors and, I mean, you should bank more on eco-tourism, you know, the culture of, like you just mentioned, making the place green, plant more, have more plants,
right,
and the horticulture, the landscaping. You can see a lot of trees growing onto the road. That's very dangerous. So right from the moment you step out of the airport, you're driving in, you should have an impression about this is a green city.
Okay, we're out of time, and it's quite amazing, almost magical how time flies on Enugu Kwenu. You see, when you bring a guest or an analyst, and the analyst says it's 1 hour, that's too long.
One other thing.
But it just
1
flies.
minute.
Okay, no, before you add that one other thing, I know you're going to add it. Okay, I would like to ask you this question, and you throw in your own other thing to this as well. What would you consider the most significant achievement in Enugu in the past close to 3 decades of its statehood? The most significant achievement, and then let us know that other thing.
The establishment of the ASUT.
ASUT, you think, is the most significant achievement?
Not most, one of.
So which I want to know the most.
The most.
Right.
Most.
The most significant. You can tell us that other thing while you think of this one.
The most significant is what I'm seeing now, that tomorrow is here.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what is the other thing
you wanted to tell us? The other thing is that there was this Songhai initiative that was introduced by Sullivan. That was a wonderful one. Today, he has his greenhouse in his house. They sell Sullivan pepper and all that. Governor Peter Mba should go back to the greenhouses around Opi that were destroyed, to the farmlands in Ogu that produced for San Carlos. San Carlos, the company should be brought back. If you tasted the pineapples from San Carlos, in fact, there was an issue. Some lady that had issues with cancer, and they made juice. And she went to the shop at Liberty to complain. The lady at the shop said, "Madam, just hold on," and brought a pineapple from the shelf, peeled it, and blended it, juiced it. And the juice was sweeter than what we were complaining about.
Right.
So such things like that to come back to Enugu.
Okay, in one word, we're out of time. We have just 1 minute. What is one thing you want the current administration to fix before 2027? One thing, one word, before 2027, Chief.
The current administration
Exactly.
has done so much. Before 2027, I know that we're going to do this, we're going to see like a monorail. And to aid the transportation.
So what you want to say is a monorail?
Monorail.
Okay.
To add to it.
All right.
Then maintenance of the security structure. Right.
So maintenance of the security structure.
Agriculture too. Agriculture. A lot of people are hungry.
If you had just one wish right now.
And reduction of tax.
The genie would have gone back in the bottle by now. All right. Thank you, Chief Kobino, for joining.
Reduction of the tax.
Okay.
Kitamba, we love you, but bring down your hand on the tax.
Okay, and maybe you add the last 3 words. Let me not say them for you. What are the 3 words?
God bless Enugu State.
I thought you said tomorrow is here, but let's leave it at that. All right, Enugu Kwenu has come to an end. So we do it. Tomorrow is here squared.
Yeah, tomorrow is here. God bless Enugu.
It would appear so. Thank you, Chief. Enugu Kwenu has come to an end. I've been your host as always, Nathalie Uku. See you again, same time, same channel next Wednesday. Until then, have a restful night, not weekend. Have a restful night. See you again soon. Bye for now.